Hello, I'm here in Michigan. I'm in Manistee National Forest, and today is October the 10th. So it's been a really long time since I've done any backpacking. It's been like 10 months. I haven't gone anywhere um, since I got off of the AT. But this weekend, I'm going to be doing the Manistee River Trail Loop. It's in northwest Michigan on the Lower Peninsula. So I'm here at the parking area. I'm at Seton, it's probably backwards for you, but it's Seton Creek Campground. That's my car over there, my new one. But anyway, yeah, I'm in Michigan. Let's see, I need to make sure I know where I'm going. So I didn't do a whole lot of planning for this trip. My map just came in the mail last night, so I just briefly looked at it. It's going to be a 23-mile loop, and it took me about 4 hours to get here this morning. It's about 9:30 right now from where I live in Michigan now because I moved. So the plan is to do about 18 miles today and then start looking for a campsite somewhere. And then tomorrow morning just hike out the last couple miles because I have to go to work on Monday morning and I don't want to get home really late. So the Manistee River Loop, it's half Manistee River and half North Country Trail. I'm hoping it's not super crowded. I did see like 3 other cars parked back there, but this isn't supposed to be a super like high traffic area to hike. Although it is like pretty much peak weekend for fall colors. When I drove in on the way here, like the last hour, it was really, really beautiful. It was just so vibrant in a lot of spots. And then I think some other spots I'm a little bit before the peak, so maybe like next weekend. But it should still be really beautiful. So I hope to have some really pretty fall colors to show you. I don't know that much about this loop. It's actually a lollipop because you have to hike in a little bit, about 1.5 miles to get to the actual loop part. But I know, I'm pretty sure I read, and I'll double check it, but I think this is the highest elevation in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. I'm not 100% sure. And I haven't quite decided which direction I'm going to do the loop. I think starting at Seton Creek Campground, I'm going to go clockwise. So take a left when I get to the Manistee River Trail, because this part, going clockwise closest to Seton Creek, it's more popular, and I think there's more views and stuff, so I want to get through that first, and then hopefully camp in a more secluded part. You're allowed to camp anywhere, as long as you're 100 feet from the trail and the river, so I'm hoping just to stealth somewhere. It's about 60 degrees right now. I did not check the weather. I don't really care what the weather does, so I'll just be surprised, I guess. It probably is not going to get below freezing, but if it does, that's fine. So yeah, that's basically everything right now. I'll show you, I don't know if I can flip the camera. I guess I can't. I'm just walking up this road right now. There's a car. Through the campground. I'm just trying to find where the trailhead actually is, so I'll show you when I get there. But that's the overview of everything. So I didn't want to film right at the sign because there were a lot of people, but apparently there is closer parking. I probably walked like not even half a mile through the campground, so I think it's okay where I parked, but you can actually drive through the campground. I think the fee is only if you're setting up a tent, so I can double check on the way out if I remember though to read the sign. So White Blaze must be Manistee River Trail. I can't remember, I think the North Country Trail is blue or something. I don't know. I'll see you when we get there, but it says it's 1.6 to the Red River Bridge access, and that's basically where the loop starts. So there's going to be a fork there, and I'm going to take the left one because I'm going to go clockwise, I think. And then if you take the right one, there's a suspension bridge, so that's the way I'll be coming back on. So, double blaze. So far it's been blazed pretty good, you know. But we'll see. So I'll update you in a little bit, probably when I get to the split. So I'm on basically like the tail of the lollipop right now. So, all right. So back there, that was the fork for the North Country Trail. I took the left fork for Manistee River. I did pass 2 different groups of people on the way, so like backpackers, and there's a lot of like day hikers right here, so I really hope it's not going to be crowded. I also had to take off my outer layer because it's kind of hot. Low-key wish I brought shorts, but the trail's been really easy and really pretty so far. So I'll show you once we get to some views. So the National Forest Service workers, 2 of them, they just stopped me to ask about these 2 missing ladies. One of them kind of looked like one of the people I passed, but it probably wasn't her. But anyway, apparently there's missing people somewhere out here, so I'm going to keep my eye out just in case. I don't know, hopefully they get found. It's really beautiful. Also really crowded so far. So this is tent site 1B. I'm not staying here, but it's really, really beautiful. So if you come maybe like during a weekday when there's not so many people, maybe try to end your first or second night here, because it's really, really pretty. Maybe not on like a cold, windy night, but this time of year, man, A+ campsite. Nice. So I just passed by a mile marker sign that said it was 5 miles. And I think that's 5 miles to the bridge. So that means I've gone more than 6.5 miles, and is that right? It's not even been 2 hours yet. Maybe it's 5 to the campground. I don't know. It's been like an hour and 40 minutes. It's been really, really crowded. But so far, every single hiker, and there's been dozens and dozens, has yielded to me. So that's nice. I've passed so many people. There's definitely a lot of beginner backpackers out here, which is good because this is probably a really good trail for beginners, but it is really crowded. I also saw a sign that said the campground was going to close on Tuesday, so I think that's also why, because it's kind of the last weekend for the season. But I kind of wish I brought shorts. It's in the 60s, but it's kind of hot, and I'm trying to go fast, so it's a little bit warm. But it's so beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We've been paralleling the river the whole time. You can see it back there. And the trees are really colorful. Yeah, I highly recommend. Maybe not on a busy weekend, but come out here during a weekday. Maybe even in the summer, go for a swim. Like, seriously, look at this. I don't know if you can really see. It's really beautiful, so I'm impressed. It kind of reminds me of the Chattooga River a little bit, but maybe less rugged. But wow, I'm going to take a picture. This is really beautiful. So I'm here at the Red Bridge Access parking area. I've been here about 15 minutes taking a break. So that means I've gone about 11 and a half miles. And it's taking me about, well, exactly 3 hours and 40 minutes. So that's like, exactly a 3 mile an hour pace. So that's pretty good. I just filled up on water. They do have a spigot here, although I walked right past the spigot and went to the river because I didn't see it. But, I filtered it. And the goal for tonight, I want to at least get to this one road will be at 18.4 miles, but there's a creek that's at exactly 20. So I might just go all the way to that creek because I don't think there's another water source between here and there. You can't really tell from the map. And I just got like a liter and a little bit more, like a liter and a half. So if I'm going to cook tonight, I might just go to that creek because there's probably camping there. And then I'll only have to hike out like 3.5 miles in the morning. So that's the goal right now. There've been just so many people here. I mean, there's so many cars at this parking access just like lined up all the way down the road. So I hope they're not going the way that I'm going on the North Country Trail. There's 2 viewpoints, one that's in 1.3 miles and one that's in 2.5. And then there's not really anything else listed on the map that like day hikers might be going to. So maybe after I get past this Red Hill overlook or viewing area, then hopefully it'll be more secluded. So yep, but it is just really beautiful here. The forest is beautiful, the overlooks, the colors, the river. So yeah. Also wanted to mention, I couldn't film when I was walking across the road to cross over the river because my phone's been on 1% for like the last hour. So I had to pull out my portable charger and now it's charging really slow. So I might not take as many videos the second half of the day, just to try to save phone battery because my phone's kind of old, and the battery dies really fast. I mean, I have it on airplane mode and low power mode, but I need to get a new phone. So I'm not surprised that it died, but I might try to save battery. So yeah. Okay, so I think my map is wrong because this says I'm on the North Country Trail already, and it's supposed to still be the Manistee River Trail because if you look here, that's the Red Bridge access. I'm going this way. The red one is Manistee River. The blue is North Country. I have not gotten to the Upper River Trailhead yet, and it says I'm already on the North Country Trail. There's supposed to be a fork, and I have to go right. Because if you go left, then you could hike all the way to Vermont if you wanted to. So what is this? Michigan Trail Maps. You guys were really great about sending me this map really quick, and you sent me a nice email, but your map is wrong. So just so you know. Okay, so here's the trailhead that I was talking about. I guess, how is this the North Country Trail anyway? Because it doesn't become the Manistee River. So I should get to a fork pretty soon. There's probably a sign, I bet. So hold tight for just a second. When I get there, I'll film some more so that nobody else is confused if they do this loop. Okay, so I just climbed up a big hill. I mean, kind of big. And I actually made it to the North Country Trail intersection. So that way is Vermont. That way you can go all the way to North Dakota, but I'm just going to go back to the car. So actually the map was correct. It's just, I don't know why they were calling that little piece the North Country Trail because it's not. So, okay, so I did want to film just a little bit. So you guys can kind of see what the North Country Trail portion is looking like. Maybe I should stop walking. It's really been kind of like this the whole time I've been on the North Country Trail. It is the Blue Blaze. So this portion of the NCT, it kind of feels like I'm in the mountains, just lower elevation. There were some ups and downs at the beginning, well, a lot of up actually, and now it's kind of, I think we've kind of gradually been going down for the most part, but it's nice. It's just kind of like undulating, just in this nice forest. I did see a couple hikers go in the other direction a few minutes ago, and they said that there were a lot of tent sites near the creek that's at mile 20. Well, it's like 19.6 on the map, but it'll be about 20 for me because I walked in half a mile. And I think I'm almost at mile 16. It's about 3:45 right now. So probably I'll be there by, I don't know, 6 or 6:30 at the latest. I did take a break back there because my hips were kind of hurting a little bit after all the climbing. So I stretched out a little bit and now I feel a lot better. So yeah, that's the plan. But this is what the North Country Trail is looking like. I really like it. It really does, it's like you have peaks on either side. There's a lot of switchbacks, that kind of thing. It's pretty well maintained, so I do feel like I'm on the Foothills Trail or something maybe. But anyway, yep, this is what it looks like. Look at how beautiful the leaves are. Wow, this section's definitely hit its peak. I love it. I'm like probably within a half mile of the next road, and when I get there that means I'm 1.2 away from that creek. So it's only 4:45 right now, so I'm making good time because it's easy. It's been pretty level. So I made it to the creek, and I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put it in the video. And I've set up camp up here. So all the campsites down by the creek were full. The creek is way down there, and the trail's a little ways down there. So I was looking up at the ridge next to me, and I saw it look kind of flat. So I climbed up here through the overgrowth, and sure enough, there's a little secret campsite up here, and it's really cute. So this is where I'm going to sleep tonight. I feel like I got really lucky with this one because I wasn't sure where I was going to camp. So I'm going to cook over there, and then that's my little setup, my good old gear top. I brought just the rain fly. I set up with one trekking pole. It's kind of wrinkly right now because I haven't taken it out in a while. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't think it's supposed to rain tonight. Oh, and I made it to the creek before 5:30, so I did good time. I did a little bit more than 20, maybe like 20.5 or something, because the creek is at mile 19.6, and then I had to walk in like half a mile just because of where I parked, and then I walked a little ways past the creek. So yeah, I just stopped and got 1 liter of water. I haven't filtered it yet, but that should be enough for cooking and for like drinking tonight. And then if I need to get more water in the morning, I think we're kind of like curving around the creek, so I can get water if I need it. And if not, it's only 3.5 miles to the car. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the Manistee River North Country Trail loop. I might do one more update video later when I'm in my sleeping bag, but we'll see. It really was just a perfect day. Beautiful weather. I was actually kind of hot a lot of the day because it was really sunny. So I don't anticipate a super cold night, but I brought my sleeping bag liner if I need it. So yep, that's all the updates for now. I'm just gonna cook some dinner. So it's Sunday morning now. I have my stuff all packed. I don't know if you can really see the sun's coming up over there. It's about just before 7:30. So I'm gonna head back to the car. Probably I will not film until I get to the suspension bridge. Just because I'm trying to conserve battery on my phone. So that's what's happening. Okay, I lied. I also wanted to show you this. So we have the NCT, and then make sure you take this fork if you're doing the loop to go back to the Manistee River Trail. So the suspension bridge should be pretty soon. It might be like a mile, I don't know. Definitely no more than a mile, so yep, make sure you take that fork. Alright, so I made it back to the suspension bridge. Let's go take a look. And there's nobody here right now. I was hoping I'd get here early enough that it wouldn't be crowded. Let's see. I usually don't film across bridges, but this one looks really dry and not slippery, so I'm gonna take the chance. This part of the river is not as pretty as some of the other views. I mean, it's still really pretty, but we're kind of like right at a curve. Wow. It's really peaceful out here right now when it's not filled with a million other hikers. I kind of want to go for a swim, even though it's cold. Wow. It's really, really nice. Okay, so I made it back to the car. I did look at the sign with the fees, and if you're just gonna park in one of the spots up like inside the campground, it's $7 for the day. So I guess if you're staying overnight, $7 per day. But you can park a little bit further back and like just outside the campground, and you don't have to pay the fee. So yeah, I really, really liked this loop. Like I said before, I think it would be really good for beginner backpackers. There was a lot more climbing than I anticipated. Nothing was like super hard, but there were some spots where there were just a lot of uphills right in a row that were pretty short, but they were kind of steep. So my legs didn't feel very strong on this trip. Definitely after some of those uphills, they kind of felt like jello. So, but I haven't been working out at all in a long time, so I'm not surprised. But it's not a hard trail. The North Country Trail side of it was more secluded, for sure. But the closer you get back to the river, the more crowded it gets. You don't have to park here at Seton Creek Campground like I did. The only reason I parked here is because that's the map that I have. That's where it starts, like counting up mileage wise, and I just didn't feel like doing any math. So there's a lot of other access points where you can park on all sides of the loop. So you don't have to park here. There's a lot of other places. I don't know if all of them charge fees. Some of them definitely don't, because they're just like on dirt roads and stuff. But yeah, this was a really great trip. It felt really nice to get out and just put some miles in. It's been a long time, so I'm really glad I got to do that. I've also kind of got the backpacking itch again. I'm kind of sad that I have to go home right now. I wish I could stay out for longer. I've really been thinking about doing another long distance trip, but I know that that's not really feasible for me right now, because I literally just moved and I just started a new job, and I also just spent like all my money buying a new car because I had to. So it's gonna be a little while, and I just signed a 12-month lease for my apartment, so I don't think that's gonna happen soon. At least not, anything super long. But definitely in the future, because I kind of miss it. It was also just really liberating to come out by myself. If you are thinking about going solo and you haven't before, I highly recommend it. It's a lot more freeing. You can stop whenever you want to. You can push for more miles whenever you feel like it, fill up water whenever you decide to, camp wherever you want. You get to make all the decisions. You don't have to
worry about anybody else or wait on anybody else or try to keep up with anybody else. That's just been really, really nice. I also feel like I'm definitely more disciplined when I'm by myself, as far as like putting in miles and getting up on time. And I definitely take way less breaks when I'm by myself, which is better for me. So that was really good. I will say though, there were a lot of people that I passed yesterday who questioned like why I was out here by myself, or like asked like, oh, what are you doing out here in the woods, kind of thing. Which I know that nobody like meant any harm by it, but it really got old after a while. Like they like so many people just were questioning like why like I would be out here, and it's, I don't know, it gets kind of old. So there's also that. Although I also would say, if you are out by yourself, especially if you're a girl, don't make a habit of telling people that you're out by yourself. It is absolutely okay if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, or you just in general, if they ask if you're by yourself, to lie and say that you're meeting up with people down trail. Like, that is absolutely fine, because you have to take care of yourself and make sure that you're safe. But pretty much like 98% of the people that I saw out here all had really giant backpacks and looked really miserable and were moving really slow. So I figured if anybody was gonna follow me down the trail to, like, I don't know, murder me or something, I could definitely just outrun them, because there's no way they were gonna catch up with me. So, but as a general rule, like, just be careful about that, ladies, and guys too. Yeah, don't, if anybody makes you feel uncomfortable, just trust your gut. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I forgot to mention anything. Now I just have to figure out how to get home, because I forgot to like download this area of Google Maps ahead of time, and there's not service right here, and there's gonna be some on the way back, but I took a bunch of small roads to get here, so I'm gonna drive around, try to find cell service, and then I have a 4-hour drive home. So yep, this was really beautiful, great time of year, perfect day. Overall, just really, really nice trip.